GMC. If it would rev past 1900, it would be the best. So I thought I'd show you guys what's going on here as I go up and down the mountains of Virginia, and I just filled up with gasoline. Let's see what my fuel mileage was. Got my bills tucked in here. I filled up in Rafine, Virginia, and I did 122 miles, and I put in 13.2 gallons, which is, 9.2 gallons, sorry, 9.2 gallons, which equals 13.2 miles per gallon. But considering how slow I'm going, so here's the problem. I'm cruising along now, I'm on a slight incline, which means I'm going up the hill, just like Jack and Jill, and I'm revving at 1750, 1800, and of course if the torque converter locks up, I think it stays in fourth. Let me see, move the shifter down. Well, it just revved to 22 and didn't do its bucking. So I changed the fuel filter, it was almost blocked. Look at that, we're revving above 2,000 now. And the temperature gauge, voltage, fuel's filled. So the torque converter just locked up and it dropped down to 1700 RPM. I'm going 54 miles an hour. If I give it more throttle, you know what the throttle pedal looks like, it's the pedal down there in front of your foot, your right foot. If I give it more throttle, and I'm on pretty flat ground right now, I know you can't see elevation when you're on one lens, but from what I see, I'm hitting flat ground. If I give it some throttle now and kick down and unlock the torque converter, maybe go down to third gear, let's see what happens. And you're not going to be able to hear it because we got way too much truck traffic. But it goes, wah, wah, and the tachometer goes up and down, and I ease off of it, and everything corrects itself. It started doing its dance at 1600 RPM a half an hour ago, and it just did it once. And then I kicked it down inadvertently, and it went up to 2200, and it didn't do the dance. So could it be low fuel pressure? Could it be a blocked converter? Once in a while, the service engine soon light flashes. Oh, and my ABS and brake light went off. That's a short circuit inside the ABS module, a big job. So let's see, we're at Mint, Spring, Stewart's Draft, and I'm going to give it some throttle and see what happens when it revs, which I'm not really wild about doing, but here we go. Oh, now it's pulling 2,500 RPM. We're using, oh, there goes the flashing engine light. So we're pulling 26, 27, which is not what it's been doing the whole trip. I tell you, every time it would rev last night, as soon as it would hit 1900 RPM, one day I'll run for political office and somebody will extract that from a video and say, do you want to vote for this guy, Corvair Wild? He's drunk. Not me. I have no time for beer and cigarettes. No time at all. I guess my biggest vice is that bag right there. I've been thinking about it. Jalapeno chips, Lay's, the best ones, or Dollar General has good ones too, but once I finish them, I'm not going to buy some more because if they're there, I want to eat them. What I usually eat is peanuts, carrots, or unsalted pistachio nuts. So now we're going slightly downhill because those folks are going uphill. Let's see what happens if I give it a bit of throttle. Kick down, unlock the torque converter, maybe go down to third. Now she's pulling. How do you like that? So, call me a liar, but don't investigate me because it'll cost the American taxpayers too much money. Richmond, Virginia, 107 miles. Winchester, 97. Staunton, 7 miles. Up and down the mountain road. It's a little chilly out there, probably 45, 50 degrees. Wait until I hit an incline. Give me a minute. Oh, here comes one right now. We're in Virginia. What else is new? It's just like Vermont. If you're not going uphill, it's because you're going downhill. I love these rides. A friend of mine is looking to buy an old Rally 350 two-owner survivor car, plain Jane, bench seat, column shift automatic, no air, no power brakes. It may not even have power steering. Just an old survivor Rally 350. So I may have to go and get it. We'll see how that plays out. Two-owner car, only got 60-some thousand miles. But it's 50 years old. 50, what is it? 1970, 30, almost 50 years old. 1970 Rally 350. They made 5,497, maybe. Sebring yellow with a wing, which it does not have. Never had a wing. And an outside air induction W30 hood, but just a plain Jane 350 4-barrel. Didn't have the W30 motor. All right. Let's see how that works out. Let's see what happens. We're going up a little hill now. We're cruising at 1900 RPM. Going to unlock it. Put it into fourth. Now she's pulling. Huh. Try try a bit more. Whoop! I heard some engine pinging and knocking. We're going to lay off of it because we're not going to beat this dog. We need to get another 700 miles to get home. So I don't know what's going on. Oh, there goes the flashing service engine soon light. And it just locked up, 4th gear lockup, and we're cruising at 1850, 1900. I'll just keep it at that speed. I like getting 13 miles per gallon, towing a big load. Of an S10 4-wheel drive, broken down Blazer full of junk Chevy parts. Chevrolet! GMC. Stay with me on the trip. We're having a good time. We're on a road trip. Road trip. Traveling across America. Up and down the coasts, through the desert, up and down the mountain roads.